back, everybody. All right, so we kind of dealt with this off screen after the session because there was a lot of chaos, but you guys had decided to bring the little forge bound along with you and this shipment. Are you heading back to the Velvet Crown where you last saw Kael, or are you heading towards the trade ward where he had been set up?
Well, we departed from there. He knows we're likely to return there, so I think that's probably our best bet.
All right. And you guys are just casually walking with these crates. Did you take all of them?
Well, I think what we initially were going to do was drive the wagon away from the scene of the battle and then open the crates and find out what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Okay. So so we're going to say that you guys are still like somewhere in the field ward then, off in like a back alleyway or something like that, out of sight. All right. So you have in front of you, 3 large crates. There's a bit of crystal stuff that you guys kind of have to break through to get full access to some of them. The crates are made of wood, and there's reinforced metal on all sides. And as you guys are kind of clearing off this crystal, any attempt to move them around or like try to get at them, there's a very clear distinction that they don't weigh the same. All 3 of them are different, and it's like you can hear inside one a sort of, it's almost like a soft thud as something hits the side of the box, and then one of them you can hear kind of like a clattering, sort of like a glass noise, and the other is somewhere in the middle. It kind of sounds like a mixture of material inside. They don't appear to just be simple to open.
How big are these crates exactly?
God, I'm so bad with sizes. They're like they're not small. I would say like
like a foot by a foot, or 2
no,
feet, 3 feet?
I'd say they come up to like waist height on me.
Okay.
So it's like a couple of feet.
Is there any like name or marking or brand of like a company that's shipping this?
You actually you see an emblem on it. It looks like a gem that is kind of being overtaken by like ivy on it, and it's on a seal. It's like etched into the tops of these boxes.
So is there? Sorry,
go ahead. No, you go.
It's because it's just the 3 crates. There's no like bags for that the guys were taking with them that were in there, like their supplies or anything like that.
No, but some of them did. Like some of the people had stuff on them. There is some like horse feed in it.
All right, well, do you want to pop these open and find out what it is?
Is there any way to know if it's going to explode those crystals if I do?
Leif takes like 2 steps back.
There's the explosion.
Wise.
I mean, I'd offer to take a look, but traps were never really my thing.
I'll try. I'm not good at that.
Then even as tired as I am, I'm probably better at it than you. No offense.
I could give it a try, and I'm not as worn down as you are, Leif.
Be my guess.
All right. Anyone who's trying to like help take a look at these, you can roll a perception check or an arcana check if you're trying to check for potential explosiveness. And Alina, if you're looking for traps, then you can roll an investigation check for me
I will have
in the
to
tower.
in a check.
Oh no! You know, that's what I was volunteering for. I was volunteering for sleight of hand.
I'm going to rage perceive. Where's my rage?
He's 11. Jeez.
No, that's not what I wanted. I'm just gonna give myself advantage, do the strength check, because it doesn't want to let me do it. Oh, sorry, that wasn't. They were both bad.
All right. Vael. Vael and Leif and Raelynn, as you're looking over these boxes. Leif, you don't see any sort of mechanical trap as far as you're aware. Raelynn, as you're like looking it over, it literally just looks like a crate to you. Maybe a really well-made crate, but you don't notice anything that seems dangerous about it. You're kind of looking for seams and stuff along the edges, and you don't see anything. You can't even like really see through any of the slats in the way that this thing is made. Vael, you're looking it over for any signs of arcane, and as you're kind of you look over the sigil, and it has a sheen to it, but you're not certain. Like, it seems almost as if like when you looked at it a certain way, it glimmered, but then you tried to recreate that exact same experience, and it just, you are having a difficult time seeing that again. Alina and Nyra. Nyra, something feels off to you about this, but you're like, you don't know why. You have like just a bad feeling as you're looking this over. And Alina, you definitely see this blue sheen that seems to be interlaced in the top of the box where the sigil is like etched in. And as you kind of like look it over more thoroughly, you can kind of feel just the resonating arcane energy, and you think, well, maybe it's just from the contents of the box. But then it kind of sticks out to you that all three of these boxes have seemed different, and they all feel the same to you at the moment.
Something's not right.
There's something magical about that.
We're definitely trapped.
Well, do we risk the magic being a way for them to track it? Or it go explode and destroy the material.
Vixx, you said I felt the magic coming from the sigil on top. Would it be dumb for Alina to think if we tried to come in from the bottom of the box, that magic would still extend? Or is it like, this is to prevent taking the lid off the box? You didn't expect this question, did you?
I'm trying to phrase it in a way that doesn't give.
Because if the alarm's on the door and we cut a hole in the wall, it won't go off.
You could absolutely give it a shot. You haven't seen magic like this before.
I push Leif back further.
I'm not going to
He's
speak to
nowhere be
whether
found.
I'm not going to speak to whether or not Alina thinks it's a dumb idea to do it.
Well, just like, does the magic seem to be concentrated at the top, or does it kind of feel like it encapsulates the box? Is kind of what I'm going for.
It doesn't feel like it encapsulates the box.
I don't like that.
I'm a little tempted, even though I think it could be a real bad idea.
There's no way for us to understand the parameters of the spell without identifying it.
Or dispelling it of some sort. Do we think Kael could do that?
Nope. None of us can. So.
Does he have magic?
You tell us.
You know him better than us.
You all know him as well as I do.
He might have people, and if he doesn't, well, I might.
I could probably do it tomorrow, maybe.
But what do we do with it until then?
That's the worry. If
Hide it
it's
away somewhere.
or it's away somewhere no one can see, if they have the ability to scry or something on it. They come looking for it.
Could we bury it in one of the fields?
I do have a shovel.
Let's take it back to that gentleman we met this morning.
I think
Last night.
I think what we ought to do right now is do everything we can to disguise this cart and keep them moving for the time being while we talk to Kael.
I think it's a great idea.
All right then. I think what I can do to help, which isn't much, but we'll get rid of whatever crystal stuff is obvious on it, and I'll take the canvas of my tent and just kind of line the wagon with it, try to make it look different.
Would you make this invisible or something, Vael?
Unfortunately, no.
Roll is anyone helping him with trying to fix up
Put the
this
tent
wagon?
up?
I
Sure.
can.
Okay, then roll a. This feels like a performance sort of thing, but I also maybe
I can
stealth.
also clean
do
an
that.
object with prestidigitation now. I don't know if that would help clean up the magic crystal, or if that's kind of outside of the realm of that.
Is there a limit on what that can clean?
Just says instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
Yeah, I'd say you could help him out with that for sure. But yeah, you guys work at this, and Vael, if you want to roll a check to see how well you do at making this wagon, which was already pretty nondescript, look even more like not belonging to whoever might be looking for it.
Between
Can I help him for
Alina's
advantage?
help and my experience with disguise kits. Yeah, that was basically what I was going for.
But yeah, that's why I was asking them if they were helping you. So yeah, if you want to do it with advantage, you can.
I will cast guidance. Take that.
Tower?
No, you could do it out in the open.
all right. It's all
was
right.
filled up.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, you take extra time to kind of you and Raelynn kind of like put the tarp even like over the edges of like the side just to kind of conceal the cart itself even more. And you do a pretty good job at cleaning everything up, and Alina kind of goes over. You kind of break stuff off, and there's little bits of shards, and she kind of like clears away the shards with her magic, and eventually you guys have this wagon that is while you guys were coming here was kind of like doing a like sort of clunking thing because there were still shards of crystal on the wheel and stuff, and now it seems like it's pretty well fixed up and good to go. So what is the plan from here then? You said you wanted to keep it moving.
Can't we,
Yeah.
now that we've got this wagon all cleaned up, is there no reason to not just take it?
No, we'll take it. We're taking it for now. Yeah,
Right.
we have no other way to keep these crates moving anyway.
Could I
think,
I'm just gonna cast See Invisibility, just in case. Any scrying or any weirdness that we're not noticing.
What exactly does that see? Invisible creatures and objects.
It to be ethereal.
If you
Powers.
Ghosts.
there's just one ghost in the field that but has nothing to do with this, but he's there.
Not the person we just killed.
But yeah, you don't see any sort of scrying sensors or anything that might indicate that somebody's currently watching you.
I will keep that up. It lasts a bit.
Maybe like an hour or so.
Yeah. While we're going.
Yeah. Well, we head back to the trade ward, and then a couple of us can remain with the items, and a couple of us can gather Kael and see what he thinks.
Okay. You said that you wanted to keep it going. Are you wanting someone to ride around with it, or
Yeah, just to not stop in one place in case there is some sort of scrying that happens. We don't want to give away our exact location, I think.
Yeah,
Oh.
just kind of like take a couple blocks.
All right, sounds good. Who is going where?
Raelynn would like to go with inside to talk to Kael and be there for that conversation.
I'll stay with the stuff.
Are you sure you're in the condition for that?
I can stay with him.
I'm not in the condition for anything.
I can help him out if anything.
Be tired inside,
starts
be
poking
tired
around.
outside.
Well, yes, but I mean, if there's going to be a point of contact with the enemy, it will probably be at the wagon.
All right, I'll come stand next to you while you talk to the guy or whatever.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just asking if you're okay.
Is nobody staying with the wagon? Because I was going to stay with Leif with the wagon.
I'll stay with you with wagon because I have seen visibility up, so if anyone tries to scry.
All right, yeah. I'm comfortable if it's the three of you.
All right.
I have some healing left if he needs it, but I'm hoping we can hold
fine.
out.
I'm fine.
Just in
It is
case.
totally fair.
How long is the journey back to the trade ward?
I think I told you guys last time because I wasn't sure where you guys were stopping that the trip back was a lot easier because of the fact that it's still so early in the morning. So normally it takes you like an hour because there's traffic and things like that. But getting through back to the Velvet Crown, I would say like 40 minutes maybe.
It's not bad.
Do they have those things over the archways going into the trade district from here?
Yes, they do.
Would we be worried about that sensing whatever's on the crates? Those things did weird things. I'm just worried it's gonna see the magic.
Well, we have to think that this was already here in the city. They were worried about it getting out, not it traveling from ward to ward.
But they might be able to detect it, and maybe with the right papers, it's fine. Without, it's not.
And we don't have our papers yet.
papers are still good. A couple of days from now, though, we have to get them updated,
Well,
and we're in
yes,
the
they're
process.
good for
But
what
not
we
for
are
this.
doing, not for this. is
Yes,
the problem.
we don't have papers for this.
I didn't really check when our papers once we were here, just that we had them, but I mean, maybe it's too much of a concern. I don't know what those things do exactly.
Hey, what do we do? Find a dark, lost alleyway and hide in it with the goods?
Vixx, remind me, when we've gone into the trade ward before, has there been a lot of like checking of things, passing in between wards within the city?
Only for certain wards, like the military ward, for example, they pretty much
so, like-
just turn you away. The going into the field ward, never been an issue. Coming into the trade ward, if it looks like you had goods on you that you were intending to sell, they did stop and check people.
So it could be an issue.
All right.
But don't your papers cover selling things? Like that was
But again, they can detect magical things, and this is stuff we should not have. Maybe we should hide out for an hour. If I can rest up, I can get us through.
I mean, I can charm a guard,
They
magical
can
or
detect
otherwise.
that as well. I can do it without them noticing. But I would need time.
I say we take time then. It'll leave time to recuperate a bit. It'll give you time to get your spells in place, and maybe it'll
Here's a
take the...
gamble.
I know. The problem is they might find out, and then we're
Well,
going in.
why don't we wait here
Yeah.
and have someone go get him and bring him back?
we could go have breakfast at the Bronze Fist.
That's not a bad idea.
Hmm.
Rather than risking the gates, we'll bring him here.
Find
Anyone
some
wanna?
lost place to hide.
All right.
That's smart.
So,
Any volunteers, or should I do it?
I can get him without having to walk there, if Vixx will allow it. I know you said short rest, but
no, you would have to take a short rest
Okay.
before you are able to cast Sending.
I mean, that's not much of a time difference if it's going to take 40 minutes to walk there anyway.
Might as well go save your spell slots.
Less by now, we're part of the way there.
And that way we're not breaking up the party. No one's at risk on their own.
Yeah, you guys could all go to the gate and then split off if you want to use your horses to kind of speed things
Yeah.
up.
Well, I think we should find a safe place, hole up together for an hour or so, and then Alina can call him.
No, fair enough. Okay.
I mean, if we're going all the way to the gate and waiting that long, we can just go get him in person.
Well, we don't
That's
have
what-
to go to the gate to do that, is what I'm
But
saying.
Yeah.
I think we should, because it'll take less time for him to get here. So
It's also more conspicuous.
And we can keep it's a wagon moving through town. We can keep the goods moving. They're tracking it, and we stay in one location.
Yes. So if we wait an hour, take a rest, send him a message to meet us somewhere.
Yeah, and we can do that while moving too, as long as
Yeah.
as long
We
as
need it.
someone else can rest.
Point.
Where do we
I'll
want
head
to
the
meet
pub.
them?
That's fine. You guys can rest.
Just what are we settling on? We've said like 6 different things.
Yeah, it's been confusing back and forth, but I think Raelynn's going to drive the cart around. The rest of us can get a short rest, and then we can call him over to this ward. Or
Yeah,
rather, you
home
can.
to meet us. So we don't have to go through the gate.
Are we all riding in the cart with Raelynn?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
take
we
care.
just sit in the cart together and we can rest up.
We're going sightseeing.
And this way we're together in case something happens.
Where do we want to meet up with him?
The Bronze Fist is sort of a high intensity spot right now.
We don't want to be that close to the ley line.
No. They're a notable location anyone else knows?
The only two places I know over here is that and the bathhouse, but they're right next to each other.
Yeah. I did see a map of the city there. Was there any like notable locations on it, Vixx? That
I'm gonna pull out the map and just see.
There, the notable locations. There is the factory that you guys saw this wagon come from. There is like a bunching of farmlands right near. It's like kind of up near where the military ward would connect with the field ward, except that place always seems to be closed. And there is I'm trying to think of what's here. All of the kind of like shops and stuff are kind of near where the Bronze Fist is. There seems to be like a shop area, and the rest is like kind of residential housing.
So why don't we just tell them to meet to look out for
By
a cart
the
by the
tree.
gate?
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we can
that's
just
fine.
give him a visual marker to
Yep.
meet at.
works for me.
Okay. So, Raelynn, are you still like rage watching? How long did that last?
No, it's done.
Okay.
I do now have a passive of 21 perception.
Perfect.
Just
We love that.
wise cleric. Gotta have that high passive.
Gotta have it.
Yes, yes.
All right. So
And I
you
do,
guys-
and the invisibility stays up for an hour.
Yeah, so you guys kind of make your way around the field ward, kind of weaving in, keeping a kind of staggered sort of path, but not one that makes you look like, what the hell are those people doing over there, sort of thing. You eventually see people kind of coming out of their homes, starting the day. You see an increase in guards near the area where all the businesses are. I assume you give that a bit of a wide berth.
Yeah, when we came in, Raelynn really was focusing on how the streets worked and everything like that, so she's using that knowledge.
Yeah, and it's like there is just this one road that kind of goes, like, it loops around the whole ward, so you could definitely just have a wide sort of path going around it. And then when you get to like the homes and stuff, there's just a lot of turning and whatnot that you would have to do, and so you could occasionally kind of throw off this tracking that you guys think might be happening, and then go back onto the main road. Anyone watching out, give me a perception check in the tower, please.
I think rather than watching out like I probably should be, I think Vale takes the opportunity to have a quiet conversation with Alina in the back of the cart.
Not sorry, I just gotta speak up. Not to try to completely retcon everything we decided on, but if we are spending this much time and it was just 45 minutes to get to him and get back.
No, it's
That's
45 minutes to get there.
Yeah,
Mhm,
and then 45 minutes to get back. That's only 30 minutes longer to just go get him and not use a third level spell slot. Because I only have 2 for the whole rest of the day.
It is very early.
Yeah.
We could also just rest the rest of the day.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Because I also really wanted to use one of those in addition. But whatever.
I can send a message to him.
Wait, how long have you had his number?
I got it this morning.
It was slipped into the meal.
Yeah, I can do it.
He'll be more responsive.
Yeah.
That's me, not Raelynn saying that.
I know. I can do it. You just had offered. I was like, oh great, I don't have to. But I will send.
Yeah,
I really don't know what that thing's gonna do. And I know everyone's a little worried about splitting up right now.
Let's not find out.
I don't know if we can take these things out of here until we deal with whatever that scene is.
as you guys are sitting and resting, on top of the regular rejuvenating feeling that you feel when you're resting, there is also just like, you don't know if it is the anxiety and the stress over how to handle this situation, or I don't, nearly losing Leif a couple of times in the last couple of days, and just the fact that there seems to be something new each time you guys open another door or look under another little rock, or anything you looked into seems to branch off into something else. You feel a little bit more spurred on to take on more, to push yourself a little bit further in your arcane prowess. But you guys managed to get some rest. You don't see anything that alerts you to the idea of somebody perhaps pursuing this wagon. People do give you a little bit of a strange look because you spend about an hour going around this district, and you do pass the same person occasionally. I don't want to skip over Vael and Alina, but when Dreamy comes back, we can do that. And Nyra, you are feeling like there were abilities that you knew that you would be able to do. It's something that you've communed with Isharil about time and time again, and you've seen the priests back home accomplish certain things. And with this like renewed sense of energy, but also a little bit of like, I don't really want to be the one doing this, you do find yourself a little bit emboldened to at least test it out in this moment of need for your party.
Mm-hmm. Where are we saying we're gonna have him meet us?
We'll be in the wagon near the gate.
Or ask him if there's a spot he thinks is safe to meet.
That's true. He gets to respond, so.
Yeah. Okay. She's just gonna hold her hands in prayer for a moment. Raelynn, we have the boxes. We can meet you by the gate unless there is somewhere else you think we should go. We're worried about taking it out of the ward.
There is quiet for a moment. And then you hear Kael's voice. It comes through like thoughtful, like he's taking care with his word choices, perhaps. Meet me at Nor's bench on the west side of the ward, up on the hill.
tell the others. We should head there and check it out. I'm worried about bringing this cart up on a hill, though.
If need be, then one or two of us can go and meet him and bring him to where the cart is.
Mm-hmm. Having
We'll
done
pick out the
loops.
hill, though. We've got
sorry.
time.
I was just gonna say, having done loops, do I know where this Norse bench is?
Yeah, there was like there was a small. It's not like a super pronounced hill, but it's definitely like a slope upward in the road, leading towards the arcane district. There was like a singular sort of. It looked like maybe a workshop of some sort from a distance, and it looked like it was closed.
What was the name of it?
Nor's Bench.
Nor's Bench.
Yeah.
Start bringing it there.
Okay, we don't know technically where he went this morning because he had other things to do, right? It could already be in this district. Closer by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. We might have been risking everything for nothing if he wasn't even there.
Yeah, he said this because he was busy.
Do you... Okay. I just want to give Dreamy a minute, but I also... Are you okay now, Dreamy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys start heading towards Nor's Bench. You're kind of on the opposite end of it, but you would know that you could definitely beat Kael there unless he has some sort of means of travel that you don't know about. You head on over to that area, and right now you're kind of just surrounded by the empty fields filled with sturdy fall weather crops. Vale, what would you like to say to Alina?
Alina, your magic is something different than I'm used to seeing.
What do you mean by that?
It's hard to explain. You become rather terrifying sometimes. I don't know if you realize it.
Just leaning into what I've heard before.
The unenlightened masses.
Magic's not very common in, my brain is shit right now. I cannot remember where I'm from. Rivni.
Well, what I mean to say is that I'm impressed by how terrifying you can be.
Thank you.
In fact, that last one you did to end the conflict, I don't know, I felt something stir within me, the draconic blood reacting to it. I think you've, I don't know, opened my eyes to the possibilities.
Possibilities of...
Great things. New magic. Something terrifying and powerful and useful. And all because I had the great pleasure of watching you work.
I'm honored. I would say I'd try to teach you some of it, but one, I don't know if my particular kind of magic can be taught, and two, if it has any tie to my musical ability. I've heard you hum.
I don't know where that's coming from. I've been applauded many times for my performances.
Sure.
You realize we have the same performance score, right?
Performance means different things.
Well, I don't know that I need the guidance. I just needed to believe in the possibilities. And now I do.
I think our group's magic complements each other.
I agree. But something about this journey has opened my eyes to a lot of possibilities. It'll be interesting to see where this all goes.
Out of character, because I want to give a little insight, to take a thing from an old game, I want to play a monologue token on myself. Alina feels this is more sincere coming from Vael than she's probably ever seen so far, and doesn't know how to process that. That's why she's making digs at, like, insulting his ability to carry a tune and stuff. She's deflecting because she doesn't know how to handle his sincerity and what it could mean.
Interesting.
But only Shanks knows that, not Vael.
Yes. Vael only knows that he's getting dug at when he's trying to compliment her.
Hold on, I wanna... Can I make myself roll something to see if Vael notices, or ask Vael to roll to see if he notices? Basically, she's trying to not blush, and I want to let the dice decide if it's seen or not.
That would be your deception against his insight.
Lovely. I've never, it's really good, but I've never wanted to roll low before, but.
It was close.
Yeah.
Plus 11.
There's always silvery barbs.
No, Vael beat me. Vael notices.
You're getting a
So-
lot of mixed messages here in the words not lining up with the facade that she is presenting.
Which is something I think Vael is used to with Alina. But given that he was trying a little bit harder and getting the same reception, he has some stuff to think about.
All right. As you're thinking about that, you guys kind of the wagon kind of jostles a bit, and there's a little bit of clattering as Raelynn steers you guys up this hill towards this this little workshop. There seems to be like a inside and outside component to it. It looks like maybe there is various type of carpentry that happens here. You can see unfinished pieces like bookshelves and things that are unsanded and things that are more polished that are set to the side. You see a bunch of tools that are kind of like covered up with tarps over them. But one thing that you notice is that there is some signage on this workshop that seems to indicate that it doesn't open until midday.
And it doesn't look like whoever owns it lives like above it or anything like that.
It looks like a single floor shop, and there's also kind of just there's a lot of land to it too, so you guys could definitely pull up and like around it and out of the way if you needed to. There's a couple of sparse like trees here and there as well, none of which currently have like full foliage on it. Some of it's falling off already, even though most of the trees and stuff in town seem to be not as affected by the autumn season. Is there anything you'd like to do while you wait?
Just keep a eye out for anyone coming by or anything that looks suspicious is pretty much it.
About 30 minutes since talking to Kael. About 20 minutes go by, and you do see that there is someone. Actually, yeah, there is someone on horseback coming towards where you guys are. They have a brown hooded cloak draped over them. They are on a stark white riding horse, and they seem to be coming toward you with purpose.
I'm gonna move to intercept just to make sure it's him.
Okay. You kind of meet them down the road.
Yeah.
As soon as you're kind of at the top of the hill, and he's coming up the bottom, he kind of puts his hood down, and you do note that it is Kael.
Right. Then I'll just kind of move back with him, keeping pace to see what happens.
Yeah, he greets you, and he's just like, "So, I've been told that you guys were successful."
Wagons there, crates are aboard. There is some sort of magic on them that we can't identify at the moment, and we didn't want to blow up the goods before you got a chance to see them.
I appreciate that. Wouldn't be good for any of us, I'm sure. Was it much trouble?
They were better equipped than we expected, I think. As you can see, we're all okay, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah. Did you guys, by any chance, cause a scene of some sort?
A little bit. We did our best to minimize the attention.
Right. Well, I did
Out of
notice.
character, Vixx, remind me, we didn't really run into anyone other than that kid, right?
That's correct. You guys did leave a bunch of bodies, though.
Yes.
Yep. But we all
There
have black hair.
We were disguised. There are bodies that we couldn't stay to dispose of. And one small child started to stumble upon us, but I managed to convince him he was sleepwalking.
I noticed a group of mages from the academy on my way here. So that's why I ask.
Are they heading in that direction?
Where did you guys manage to intercept the wagon?
I mean, it was the exact spot he advised us.
Yeah.
It was hard to say. I kind of steered off from them. They were heading south, though. But there's also been other things happening around the city that I'm sure might have their attention, so I didn't want to assume that you guys had left anything behind.
I think there was enough left behind that a group of mages being dispatched is likely our fault.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we don't have any time to waste now, do we?
That was my thinking as well.
You said there was some sort of magic on the crates themselves.
Yes, hidden within the emblem on them. We don't. It could be location magic. It could be a trap. We just don't know. We thought you might have people who can deal with it.
If we can get them out of here without issue, I should be able to do something about it. I don't exactly know. You said you didn't want to bring them through the field.
Well, their gates have ways of detecting magical items. And again, we don't know what these items are, and there's a magical sigil on the box.
Right. Well. Then I might need to bring someone here.
We can keep them moving for now. Avoid attention.
You might want to stay out of the south of the ward now.
There's several parts of the ward we have to stay out of now.
It's probably best if we just stay out of the field ward in general, at least for a solid 24 hours.
Yeah, I think if we're gonna stay with these boxes, we should stay put. There's been enough people who've seen us in different places all over town. If they get a description of us, to send them on a wild goose chase.
All right. Where do you propose we hold up?
Here,
I don't have any better ideas.
You will be safe here until at least midday, at least from residents here, but if you could do your best to lie low with the cart, I don't know how protected you're going to be just riding around.
Should we, like, carry the boxes or something?
Raelynn giggles at that a bit, like, if only I'd said that.
You had.
You did, and it wasn't a bad idea. We had a lot of ideas.
Oh, I know. Raylan's just scoffing. That's it.
Yes, Raelynn, it was your idea.
The arcane ward's not too far from here. If you guys could come that way with me, we might be able to cut down some of this time. Wait at the gate. I'll bring someone over. We could do it here, and if we find out that it's something safe to bring through, then we can leave from there, and if not, then we might have to ditch everything here.
Works for me.
At least it's not going south.
All right, well, shall we then? And he kind of takes off down the road, kind of going down the other side of this slope, heading toward the arcane ward. And he kind of, as you guys are kind of going along with him, he says, this ward's usually just completely closed off. They don't like anyone from the field ward going straight into the arcane ward, but I have my workarounds, so we should be all right, at least in terms of you guys not being seen. And as you guys head towards there, you do see that there is that little, like, sort of orb thing that is over the doorway. And as you guys are riding that way, suddenly you hear just like a clattering in the back of the wagon as this little square cubit automaton just like sits up suddenly, its arms kind of clanking in the process, and it sit right back out.
I love it.
Keep it quiet.
I'm not actually doing that.
And it just seems to look around at all of you, stands up from where it's sitting.
Well, you
And-
should sit back down. We're moving. It is not safe.
It like planks so that it's like facing you directly. It doesn't seem to be able to just like turn its head. It has to turn its whole body to look at you.
Thank you.
What is Nyra doing right now? Is she sitting in the back of the wagon, or is she...
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like sitting on one of the crates in hopes that it looks less conspicuous. It's like, it's my seat.
Then the little forge bound comes and plunks down right in front of the crate. It's like facing the same direction as you now, and you're sitting on top of the crate, and it's sitting like on the wagon in front of it. But it just sits there, completely compliant to what you told it to do. It doesn't seem bothered.
Strange little machines.
You continue to head down, and you find a spot near the gates towards the arcane warding. Kael just kind of directs you. You can see kind of like there's like a dirt path sort of perimeter around this wall. He goes, at some point there might be guards up on top of the wall, but I think if you guys can make it convincing that you're looking into something, or he like kind of looks at the cart, maybe your wagon's broken, I don't know, but I'm gonna need about 15 minutes before I can come back here. And you see him go towards the gate, but there's like the double gate thing happening, and the bars in it are close enough together that you can't just slip through them. However, you do just see there is like a moment where it looks like just like a shimmer, and then Kael is on the other side of it, and you see that the orb on the top of the wall glows that blue glow that you've seen outside when magical things were detected coming into the city. But he quickly slips, like, instead of going through the gate, he goes through a side door that leads like into the tower, it seems, like the wall surrounding it. And then you don't see him again for 5 minutes. You start to see that very, very far on the north end of the wall, there is a 2-man patrol kind of walking, but they don't seem to be paying a whole lot of attention. They're like very casual. They're just talking to each other. They even stop at some point.
I'll ask Raelynn to come help me, and I'll start fiddling with how the horses are hooked up to the wagon, as if something was coming loose and we have to like reassemble it.
That's a good idea.
Roll a performance check with advantage for me. You can do that out in the open.
Nice.
Dang, girl.
It's real good.
I'm real good at that.
I'm not. Thank goodness I have you.
You are good with horses, though, and this horse
I am.
does not know you. Yeah, you guys make a convincing show of like that you're just tending to the wagon, and the others are just kind of waiting on you. Another 5 minutes go by. They get a little bit closer. It seems like still they don't totally notice you. And then another 5 minutes go by, and you hear one of them shout from up on top of the wall. Everything all right down there?
Yes, I'm so sorry. We've had trouble. One of the reins was coming loose, and so we're trying to get it fixed. I would hate to lose a horse in the middle of the Arcane Ward. It would be a disaster.
All right. You need any help down there?
We're good. It should just be another minute.
All right. Well, you notice that one of them kind of pauses in their walk along, keeps an eye on you for a couple of minutes as the other one walks on before they seem to buy your story and continue past you all. More than 15 minutes goes by. It seems like they are going like even further now. Their backs are to you. They do occasionally glance in your direction, but then you hear a sudden a whistle from near the gate, and you can see that Kaelin is standing like on the inside of the gate with someone else. They seem to be like half his height, also draped in a cloak. And it
They
waves
just
you over.
stopped on the other side.
They're like in the middle of the two doors that separate the wards.
I see.
Yep.
But they're
There's
just
nothing
grabbing
for
our
us to-
attention? Or
Yeah,
walking
they're-
through? Okay.
They're kind of waving you over.
All right. Well,
Well,
let's
that'll
go.
All right. You head over, and you notice that same sort of shimmer, as it seems like he doesn't go like completely out of view even. It just seems very subtle in the way he moves through this gate. And there is that glow again. And the other person doesn't follow him through. And as you guys kind of approach, he's just like, see, I told you I wasn't lying. And you hear a woman's voice go, all right, then, I guess I owe you. I can't always believe you. He just seems like he like kind of scoffs at that. These are the crates that I was telling you about, and he looks at the others. They seem to have detected some sort of arcane seal or sigil on them. Is that work that you can do? And he goes, well, I'm going to have to get through there first, aren't I, Kaelin? And she goes, and she kind of, you hear her clattering around in her pocket underneath her cloak, and her hand brings out this little cylindrical device that seems to like twist at the bottom. It's made of like bronze, and it seems to be made of bronze and steel, and there is this like sort of crystalline top to it, and she kind of turns the bottom, and it seems like she turns it back, and you kind of hear like just this arcane hum coming from it. Before she kind of waves it against the inside of the gate, and it pops open, and she kind of slips through, closes it not all the way, just enough that it wouldn't look too suspicious from a distance, and then she kind of looks along the roof and she goes, I can at least get one open before they probably come back. And she heads over to the wagon at the back, and she goes, which one are we looking at first? Does it matter?
They're all different.
All right.
This says something loose. This is really heavy. This looks like a mix of something inside.
Okay. She takes off her hood, and you can kind of see that she has like a little, like, it's almost like a jeweler's sort of, I don't know what they call it. It's like one of the things that kind of tells you the value of a gem, but it's a little bit flatter. She has it on like almost a monocle sort of thing. She has these long black curls. She seems like she's maybe a halfling. On the younger side, very pale skin. Looks like she maybe spends a lot of time inside instead of outdoors. And as she's looking this over, she goes, okay, yes, well, glad that you didn't just open it. It would have exploded on you.
We've had enough of that.
That's a common occurrence for you.
Only
Only-
7 times in Mournhold.
It's happened twice this week.
Oh, well, let's hope that it doesn't happen a third time on my watch. And
Stand over there if it's all the same to you.
that I wouldn't blame you. And I think Kael also steps back a bit. He's like, hey, you're not entirely certain that you can accomplish what you need to do here? Well, you never know. They can be tricky and layered, and I would step back. And she takes the one that's closest to the back of the wagon, and she says, so, Kael, you want to tell me why it is that we're taking things from, she looks at the seal at the top, from military, it looks like. And Kael goes, only if you want to be party to whatever I'm doing. And she goes, well, I guess I don't. And she continues to work at it, and it seems like she's kind of running this crystal along the top of the box, and then she also seems to be doing some work on the actual seal itself before a minute or two goes by, and she just says, okay, now we gotta let it cool off. And she says, she goes to the next one, and she says, I at least can start work on this. I don't know if we'll have the time to look inside of it, but I can do that while we wait. And she
Do what
starts.
you can, and we'll run interference if we have to.
She looks over at you. You guys are a bit of troublemakers, aren't you?
Joel just seems to follow us around. It's not our fault.
But you engage with it.
Gotta engage with something.
Thinks on that for a moment as she continues her work. I suppose you're right.
Can you explain to me exactly what your process is and what you're doing?
Oh, sure. And she's like, do you want to come over here, or do you want me to yell it at you?
No, I'll come.
Right. So you kind of she stops kind of extending her voice to the others, but you do kind of overhear a little bit, but now she's not straining herself so much. And she goes, well, this contraption here that I have in my hand, it used to be to put enchantments on items for the Volkos military. Don't tell Kael I said that. But then, it's mine now. So I took it and kind of reversed it so that I can see the things that they don't want me to see. It's kind of like an undoer of magic. Takes it away. But I have to calibrate it properly, and I have to know what kind of magic I'm undoing in order to actually do that. So what you were seeing there first is it was telling me sort of what kind of magic it was before I undid it. Now at the academy here, they show you how to do that just from within yourself, but I'm not so patient in learning that sort of thing, and so I just kind of tinker with already existing magic. Does that make sense?
I'm not a magic user, but I followed along as yes.
This crystal's made out of the same sort of materials that channel the magic all over the city.
Oh.
Not actually supposed to have it continuously store up magic, so I don't know if that's going to bite me someday. But so far, so good. Maybe this won't be the time that it blows up on us, because that would be bad for
I'll keep
all
my
of you.
fingers crossed.
Yes.
I'm tired of these explosions. Is this something that you can make again, or is this a one-time thing?
Oh, like you want your own undoer.
Well, it would be come in handy. We wouldn't have to try and sneak you. And if you don't want to be involved in these illegal things, then it would give you a lot more freedom to go about your day.
Oh. Or I could call on you to be my second undoer for when people call on me.
Yes. Raelynn's looking at Alina and Vael like, help? Okay, yes.
You always say yes.
Yes.
Huh.
I don't know.
Kael always makes the most interesting friends. I like that idea. But you know, the second one that I have is kind of on the fritz and doesn't work as reliably as this one. Is that okay?
As long as you're okay with the prospect of it potentially backfiring if we're helping you.
Yeah, I'm willing to take the risk. My name's Tanis, by the way.
Evelyn.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
Thank you.
That was my mom's name.
That was my mother's middle name.
Oh wow, we're like sisters.
I guess.
She continues on.
Sweet.
She goes like halfway around the box before she's like, "Oh, that one's done. You can open it." I think.
Sure. And Raelynn will open the box.
You slide this box open. And inside you see there are about, like, just looking at it, 6 small little like they're smaller black crates that are open at the top, lined with it kind of looks like plush fabric, and inside each of these smaller crates there are 6 well, actually, there's 1 large shard in each of these 6 crates of this blue glass like crystal that you immediately recognize as being very similar to the pendant that Nyra showed you. And also kind of tucked into the side, you see a sheet of parchment. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's like tucked onto the side, kind of like almost looks like maybe some sort of manifest or document of some sort.
Can I read it?
Yeah. I kind of take it, slip it out. You see origin, Volkos South Armory Complex, Vault 6. Destination, Zardan. Deep Forge, Entry 4. You see escort status, unmarked civilian transport. Frequency window, cycle 3N, low moon. Filed under, expired charter, returned materials, uncertified. And then you see a summary of contents that seems to indicate the other 2 crates as well. It says quantity 6, shard. And I can copy and paste all of this to you guys later if you need.
I tried to type it as fast as I
Thank
could.
you.
It says quantity 6, shard. And then it says dash resonant. And it is titled Aethurburn Class A, unsullied. And then there's another line, quantity 18, plate, Tempest alloy.
Motherfuckers.
Yep.
And then quantity 24, unit, vial, Aethurburn Class B, and then it's listed as volatile.
Have we heard the phrase Aethurburn anywhere?
No, this is the first time you are hearing that term.
Can I gently reach in and you said the crystals were blue, right?
Yes.
Can I lift one out of the box and hold it up to Leif and just be like, is this what your people were moving? Is this what you saw before?
Is that what I saw before? I thought it was more of a powder.
So something actually happens as soon as Raelynn
Oh, yay.
touches this.
Explosion time. It's my turn now.
At least it's not just me. I feel a little better.
Yeah, as soon as your fingers come into contact with this shard of blue crystal, you feel like a coldness sweep up through your arm. Anyone looking at Raelynn, it looks like her face just goes vacant for a moment. And Raelynn, you see yourself standing in front of the oak tree back at home. Sitting underneath it, you see Sir Garrick and Lady Eris. They seem as though they are having a conversation and don't seem to notice that you are there. You feel like the edges of your vision are all kind of like you're looking through stained blue glass, and you're just tunneled in onto this conversation. Except you're only making out certain noises. It's like they're talking in like an echoey sort of cavern to the point that it's difficult to make out all the details of what they're saying, except for the fact that Eris seems very upset with Garrick. You've never seen your aunt look like this before. She's been stern with you. She's scolded Varric. She's scolded Sonia so many times. But this looks like a look of utter betrayal as she looks at Garrick. And you hear Garrick's voice say very clearly, "You can't keep keeping this from her." And Eris stands up, turns away from him. It would change her entire idea of us. Are you going to tell her? And you see that there is like a tension between them. And then Garrick seems to look directly at you, and you get pulled out of this moment. One thing that you did notice is that it seemed like it was springtime at the time instead of fall, like it currently is for Ember Rest.
Does it feel like spring past, or perhaps spring yet to come? Like, does Garrick look like he has more gray hair or something like that? Or
there were noticeable signs of age and time past.
Raelynn's just like, kind of, I guess her hand would be hovering over that crystal then, and she wouldn't ask Leif that, because she's just a little like shocked, and she's just trying to maintain her facial composure and just frozen a little, I would say, not from the cold, but just from what she witnessed. And then she'll just pull her hand out of the crate. Do you need help with the third one?
Sorry, I asked what it was.
What was what?
What is that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Were any of us close enough to see Raelynn go blink?
That depends on how... Well, you guys saw that she had sort of a vacant face you guys are watching her, but you guys all did say that you backed up, so it depends on you how close you want to be at the time. And you do see this exchange, like you saw that Tanis asked her what that was, and Raelynn was like non-responsive for a second.
Raelynn, are you all right?
Yes. Perfectly fine.
Insight check?
Yeah.
Against deception.
I would like to roll as well.
I'm a bad liar.
All of us got 18.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see how much Leif believes.
So fun.
Insight?
Leif's my only chance. With your
I would
negatives.
love it if it was also 18. Dang it, Leif.
Yeah.
I got tree.
She seemed fine to me. I wasn't really paying attention.
Need to not leave.
You still had war flashbacks when you heard the word explode.
Maybe refrain from touching anything else in the crates for now.
Yes, that's a wise idea. This crate has volatile items in it. We definitely shouldn't touch that one.
Agreed.
Well, at the very least, you think you can get it magically unlocked.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on opening it, but I think it'd be better not to have the seal on it, should we need to get inside.
Yes, I agree. Let's remove the magic and we'll just leave it closed for now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would significantly speed up my work.
Well, continue on.
All right.
Raelynn's still gonna stay close to watch what she's doing because she's really trying to like commit it to memory in case we get one of these items. How to use it?
I'll move closer to Raelynn. I'm a little worried about her.
Yeah, you see her. If you're like kind of hovering and trying to watch her, she goes, you see, the first one, when she's like, wait, just watch when I do the next crate, and then I can explain this better. And she goes back to finishing up the second crate. Like, let that one cool off, and goes on to the next crate. And you do see that the guards have started coming back along the other side of the wall. And when she's working at this one, she sort of seems to like turn it to a point that it seems like there's no longer this arcane hum. And she goes, okay, this is how it looks when it's not in use at all. And then she turns it and she's aiming it at this crate. And she's like, that's not right. She turns it another time. She's like, that's also not right. And she seems to like kind of fine tune this item to whatever magic is on the crate. And the crystal seems to resonate with it in the same way that you saw the magic bracelets kind of resonate with the larger crystals, the ley beacons in town. And she's like, that's what you want to see. The blue, that's good. And she then like kind of pulls it out a little, and she's like, now we're gonna undo that. And she turns it the other way until it glows blue again. And she's like, there we go. Now sometimes there are magics that this thing cannot undo. It's when they're too high, I guess. More complicated magics are very difficult, and this one is at least within our limits. And she starts going around the edges of this crate now. As you guys are waiting for this to happen, she goes, oh, that one's done. And she points at the other crate that as she's halfway around this one. And then she's like, 2, I think they'd notice something. And she points up at the wall. And you do see that there is... you can see that one of the guards has like some sort of extended eyeglass and is looking like kind of sweeping in your direction. You guys are kind of a little bit apart in 2 groups. So when you look up, they're kind of looking in Vale and Nyra and Leif's area. However, before we get to how you want to respond to that, I think that's a good time for a break. So get your drinks, get snacks, and I'll be back soon, I guess. Welcome back, everybody. Or maybe 2 seconds ago, because David turned us onto the screen without telling me.
Unpredictable like that.
So
hey,
yeah,
you watch yourself. She'll blow you up again.
She's already done it twice, and I'm still here. So
I almost got you a 3rd time.
you very nearly did.
It's like,
Got real close.
yeah, okay. Just use your crowbar. Let's see. All right. So far we've met up with Kael to try to get rid of this magic that Alina and Vale and actually it was just Alina, Vale and Nyra noticed on these crates. Some of them just got bad vibes, others saw something more specific, and they met up with Kael's acquaintance, Annis, a halfling who is now working at dispelling this magic on these crates. And they found a manifest that indicated some things that they kind of already guessed at, and some things that they're not surprised but kind of seem ticked off about finding in there. And Raelynn touched one of the shards inside of one of these crates and immediately had some sort of vision that rendered her unaware of her surroundings for a moment. But she's fine, guys.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
However, as they are working at getting this last crate dispelled by Tanis, she points out that there is company coming back down the wall as they see that one of the guards has an eyeglass out and is kind of scanning the area now that you guys are kind of all
How high up is this wall?
Good question, and I said a very specific answer that I created because of certain members in our party that I need to remember.
It's 1 foot taller than Leif's jump height.
I believe it was like 35 or 40 feet
Okay.
high.
You're muted, Dreamy.
I had originally said 30 and you said 35, and I was like, yes, you want it out of that first range of spells.
Yeah. If it was 30, it was like, yes. Oh.
What time of day is it now? Because there's like all the traveling back and forth. Like,
it's still pretty early in the morning. It hasn't reached midday yet, so I'd say maybe like 11.
well, time for 11sies, guys.
You guys are just having a lunch break in the field.
Yeah.
So,
Are they? Where are these guards at this moment that we're like seeing them draw near and I'm looking at us? Are they like far away still? Are they within earshot?
They're far away. That's why they have the eyeglass that they're peering at you with. I would say, like, if you want to like say, if you want to go from where you are down, it would be like 90 feet.
Okay.
About there.
Then
I think we
I'm
need
just
to
gonna-
move.
Probably, but we gotta let her work. I
Could
guess
you
she
work
could
while the
work in a
cart's
moving
moving?
cart if she's Is she willing to come with us for a bit?
I'm right here. You could just ask.
I asked her.
Oh, sorry. You guys kind of like talked at the same time, and so I thought he was just. Okay. I can, and I mean, you guys have this big tarp on it. We could just cover me up while we do it.
Even better. Kael, is there someone you want these taken?
Um,
What were you planning on doing with what we acquired for you?
well, I was hoping that the information would be enough, and now I'm kind of concerned about them having any of the items that are in there at all. Don't really want to leave it in their hands, and there is only one person that I know that might be willing to take us in. He might also be a little bit upset at the causing trouble in her city, though.
Oh.
Who is she?
Well, I can't exactly tell you.
I think this might be a mutual friend.
I was just thinking the same thing.
And how do we find that out?
She keeps interesting company, yes? And that speaks only in signs.
There's a little bit of a glimmer of like recognition in what you're saying.
But of course,
I-
birds of a feather flock together, right?
Okay. Very.
I have a pretty high sleight of hand. I would like to very quickly, if I can, try to flash the coin and then quickly tuck it back in. So if he knows what it is, it'll be an instant recognition.
Roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Do you want it in the tower?
No, you could do it out in the open.
Okay.
You'll see the results immediately. Oh,
Nice.
damn.
I mean, there's
That's a
lot
good
of
roll.
sleight of hand in this party. Roll a bunch of crooks, I guess.
So you've
Reasonable.
already gotten in with Vasha. Impressive.
Is that your mutual friend?
Yes.
Yes, but she's also very protective of her city.
As she should be.
Having this stuff out of the wrong hands is the best thing for this city.
I was hoping to go back through the arcane ward because it's quicker, but if the magic can be dispelled by the time we get to the other gate, then I think we'll be fine.
We can take our time getting there.
Tannis is already climbing underneath this tarp and like spreading it over her, and the little automaton is like helping but not really helping, like just trying, but the arms don't reach to where she's putting the tarp over. He does walk with her anyway to the other end. And you see her turn a like middle knob in the center of these two turnable parts, and it lights up like a little flashlight underneath, and she continues her work. And she goes, "If I make a misstep though, you guys might want to be on the edges of the cart."
We can always walk alongside.
I'm going to risk it. I'm going to stay on the cart with her just to make sure.
I'll need
I
someone
am-
up front to guide me. I've never been to this place.
There is also there's probably enough room for 3 people to sit up front, except for maybe Leif. Leif might count as 2 people if he might need to like splay out a little bit.
We've spent
All that
time.
man spreading.
Right.
At least can relax in the front, get some more rest in.
I'm just going to be if I'm on the same wagon as those things while they're being worked on, I'm just going to continually be taking the dodge action.
That's true.
Okay. So who is sitting where, just so I know?
Raelynn's
I'm on the
doing the
cart in the
cart.
back.
Raylan's at the front. Alina,
I'll sit in the back.
you sit in the back. Nyra.
I think Leif should be at least in the front.
I'll walk.
So Raelynn and Leif can definitely fit in the front with each other. And I think before you guys get going, Kael looks over at Nyra and is like, "I have extra space on here."
Just look at Alina accusatorily. I don't know. It feels like a set.
Oh no, there's no space on here.
There's
Yeah,
only one
There's
horse.
only one bed in the inn.
Oh man.
Acceptable.
In that moment, there's just this sudden drifting scent of like
Ugh.
rose petals that go in front of Nyra as I cast Prestidigitation.
It looks like that scene in Delicious in Dungeon with the elf senshi. There's just roses around Kael right now while he's on horseback.
Above table, if she does say yes, it gives me one-on-one time to finish the conversation I fucked up earlier.
I agree. She will.
Not to pressure you.
Because her passive's 21, she kind of probably heard that conversation, so she will give you guys that. She's now giving you 2 that moment.
You're like,
you guys.
set up with a sound.
I played you. You didn't even
How
know
altruistic of you.
it. When she smells the rose petals, her fingers light up a little bit, but then she will go and see the horse.
When Nyra gets on Kael, you can hear the smile on his face, but you can't see him from where he is. And he goes, "Hold on tight." And he sets off down the road.
Spider monkey.
He is leading Raelynn on horse, having heard her say that she doesn't know where they're going. And yeah, you guys head out, and there is definitely space for Vale and Alina to have a conversation, with the idea in mind that there is movement happening underneath the tarp next to you guys, between Tanis and this little contraption.
It's not super private, but
I mean, it's fine. Vale,
yes,
I'm sorry.
whatever for.
You were being sincere, and I said you were not musical, and just kind of... I was surprised, is all.
Probably wouldn't have bothered me so much if I didn't hear it all the time from a good friend, Fennec.
Does he like to keep you humble?
Yeah, that seems to be the kind of person I gather around me for some reason.
Well, when you're out and about, you do like to show off.
Can't help myself, you know. Life can be taken from you like that. You have to live it.
Mine's been taken away in a different way.
Well, if you need an ear, my door's always open for you.
Is it now? Because you do like to separate yourself from most everyone every evening. What is it, a 27? No, actually, I'm sorry. There I go again.
I've been struggling for many years to claw back what should be mine. And sometimes at night, I just wish to not feel guarded.
Don't have to be guarded around this group. Pretty good at helping you feel seen. You let them.
Well, like I said, I've opened up my eyes to a lot of possibilities of late. But there are things that even this wonderful group may not be so willing to accept about me. And after being so guarded for so long, you know, it's difficult.
Oh, I
Put
understand.
yourself out there. Frankly, I've always sort of preferred games like the one you and I like to play.
Well, games are fun, but they aren't real. Also, Vale, I know I don't think you think this way, but you are not just what sits in a mansion. Once again, my brain can't keep track of place names.
Ashendar?
Ashendar. So I keep my map there.
No, I'm not. But how would one even define me? Am I the one who's going out there and trying to make life better for the people of Ashendar? Or am I the one who chases his selfish desires in the taverns at night? Perhaps I'm the one who hides away from everyone because he can't accept the vulnerability of being open with them. Or...
No, you can finish.
Or perhaps I am the mask that I've worn every day since I returned to my family's home.
I think you contain multitudes.
I agree. But those multitudes have multitudes. And there is more to this story than I am comfortable revealing just yet. Including what it is I truly want.
Do you know?
I think I do most days.
I'll hold on to that then, I guess.
And what about you? How are you reclaiming your life?
In what way?
Well, to answer that, I think you'd have to first tell me how it was taken from you.
Did you know that the first time I was back in Rivni was when my father died?
I did not.
10 years.
They never once welcomed you back.
No. My father visited a few times.
I hardly remember him, but he seemed like a good man.
He was kind, just, fair.
Noble, in the truest sense, not just by blood.
They didn't tell me he'd been hurt. They waited till he was gone.
Now that is a true shame. Losing your chance to say goodbye is awful. But
Yes.
watching them depart you can be awful as well.
I got it.
I didn't realize that was a character.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, what did she get on us?
Bingo.
Vael just kind of smirks at that and goes, my door is open when you want to talk. Including, it seems to be closed.
I'll keep that in mind.
Should we find out what's in this last crate?
Well, I think we know. Tanis, I didn't hear an explosion. I take it went well?
It went very well. Never seen this stuff before.
Don't touch it. Did you
Too
touch
late.
it?
That was too late.
Which one did you touch?
It looks like she, like, kind of peers out.
I'm sure her hair is just like...
like
It's all staticky.
she's like sort of like covering most of her body. She's only peeking her head out, and she goes, "It looks like just a bunch of square pieces of metal that I've never seen before."
Okay, that one's not as bad. Don't open... Definitely don't touch the third one.
Oh, the vials.
Yeah, they're explosive.
Yeah, they didn't look very nice.
You opened it?
Tanis,
Well, I was very curious. I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to do that?
Oh, wait, what did it look like? Just like a blue vial?
Well, you could come under here and look, and I wouldn't have to describe it to you.
I would like to do that.
yeah.
Because remind me, did the vial I get from that camp, the farm, was that like a powder that we had in the vials, or was it liquid?
It was liquid. Yeah.
Okay, I want to see if this is the same thing.
Yeah, you look into it. The vials are much larger. They're like, I don't know, like 5 inches. They're all kind of tightly packed, similar crates to the shards, but there's like slats of them instead that are all piled on top of each other instead of these like very fitted ones that were kind of like the shape and size of these shards. And you just see like rows of vials that look very similar to what you had secured, except for the fact that it's not mixed in with that like sort of silvery look to it. It just seems to be purely blue.
So maybe we found something in like a more, like a stabilizing compound, perhaps? I mean, I don't know. This is just me
it seems more pure. Like looking at it, you could, and like between that and like the manifest that Raelynn found, you could definitely assume that this is a different version of this blue crystal that you have.
While we are looking at these things, how big are like these ingots or whatever they are of tempest iron or tempest alloy? I think you said they were, right? Or
Yeah.
they're not pure.
Yeah, they look like you can definitely both Vael and Raelynn would recognize the color and like sheen to it as being like tempest iron, except it looks more diluted. Like there's a more grayish instead of silvery tone to it, and they're about 2 feet by 2 feet square, but they're like thin sheets.
Oh, they're like, okay.
It's like as if it's like as if these are pieces of something.
Yeah.
Instead of it's not like an iron bar.
Yeah. So they're actually like 2 foot squares.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay. I was gonna pocket a few of them, but if they're that big, that's hard to do.
Big pockets.
Big buck.
Yeah.
Real big buck.
You know what?
I'm not the one who blew up my pants.
Oh, that's my fault. I see. Yeah. Even though I warned you.
I was trying to get away.
Is there any way I can just like strap them to my backpack? These sheets.
I mean, that's up to you. I don't know how your backpack looks, but you could definitely carry some.
Yeah.
It'll be heavy to try to carry a full crate of these.
No, I don't want the crate. Yeah, like I intend to leave this stuff in responsible hands, but some of this metal might come in handy. It's very rare and very valuable, so I think I'll take like 3 sheets of it and just kind of strap it to like the inside of like the outer layer of the backpack. So like if I'm wearing my backpack, it's between my back.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, you do that, and Kael doesn't seem to mind. He seems to want to get rid of this stuff as well. So he's like, go ahead.
Take some of those crystals with us too.
They do seem dangerous to touch, but
You can wrap them up and put them in a bag.
I would like
probably a good idea to have. Who knows? They could be very valuable.
Can't learn any more about them if we don't have them.
I'd
That's
like
true.
a vial, but I don't know how to keep it stabilized. I would hate to trip and explode.
That is risky business.
We could really use a bag of holding.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
if they're being shipped on a wagon like this, it's probably not gonna go off from just being.
Aren't
They
they
were
in, like,
within like padded
cushioned-
cloth and stuff.
Yeah, and we can wrap it in a cloth. Keep
That's
it.
true.
Keep the
You
padding.
could take one of those smaller inside boxes,
You
wrap it up, and put it in a backpack.
Yeah, like when
We'll do what I did to get alcohol in a suitcase on an
Exactly.
airplane. Just wrap it in bubble wrap, stick it in a shoe.
the inside of your socks.
Yeah, you
Raelynn
could
will
definitely take out.
definitely-
You could take out some of the lining and use that.
Raelynn will definitely suggest putting something over your hand before you touch one of the crystals, but she's still not willing to tell you guys what it is because Kael and the other lady are there.
Do you want to let me know just like how much stuff you guys actually take so I have that information? You're taking 1 shard or more than 1?
At least 1 of each.
At least 1 of each.
I
And
think just 1 vial. Because you said they were fairly large, so like if we needed to share it with others to investigate, we could.
yeah, it was bigger than the one you had, and you were able to split that up into
Mhm.
2 for people, so that's fair.
2 shards?
Yeah,
Mhm.
just in
Yeah.
case.
I will say the shards are like they're pretty big hunks of crystal.
Yeah.
So
Got a pretty big backpack.
I
I'll
have a
take
horse
some-
with saddlebags.
I'll take some cloth and like grab it with the cloth and then like take the extra and like wrap it around, kind of tie it off. So it's not like it comes loose in the bag and you reach in and have a weird vision. Hopefully.
Make you roll for that every time you reach into your bag.
See, I want to have a vision.
Do it.
Trying
Do
to
it.
find
Every
my
time I go to feed
keys.
Orin, I just have to have a vision. No one would
Put it
think
in
to
with
look in the
horse
feed bag.
feed.
No one thinks to look in there except for that
I-
See,
one
now
guy.
the horse has a
Sketch.
weird vision.
Yeah, your horse is freaking out.
Heck yeah.
That's why the donkey's like that.
Yep.
Just the
He's been
archway
tortured
inside.
by the future.
Yeah. It was actually supposed to be a large draft horse and is just like that now, out of trauma. All right.
Your
So
poor donkey. We really do love it.
when she says, I got it, and you guys are looking over the stuff, you guys are coming up on this entryway into from the field ward to the trade ward. And as Kael's like leading you guys, he goes, well, everyone's awake now, but let's be quick and polite through the trade ward. And he begins to lead you guys through. He doesn't go right through the middle. He seems to take some of the longer back roads, the more established buildings, and it takes you past the Velvet Crown. The Velvet Crown seems to have several guards standing at the door. They're talking to one of the people who were tending the bar yesterday. She looks very like she's kind of like closed off, like she's kind of nervous talking to them. But seeing that, Kael just picks up his pace rather than coming to a slow to investigate that. It's up to you guys what you want to do with that.
When you
Those-
say guards, you're talking about like the city guard.
Yes.
And we're still disguised, so
Yeah, so we're fine. Yeah, I think we'll just match his pace and ride on by and get rid of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going, so there's no way I'm not matching his pace. It's like when you're driving on the highway trying to follow someone and
Why
they
is
go
he
through
going
the light.
so
and you're like,
fast?
why?
maybe you should all just drive faster.
Not my horse.
I've definitely been that guy who's like, "Ugh, I didn't make the light. I gotta pull over."
Yes. Yeah, eventually you guys find yourselves in the arcane ward where Kael decides to come to a slower pace, so you guys look a little bit more like you're keeping pace with the current traffic around you. It's like Nyra can hear him mutter like it's gonna take a bit longer, I guess, this way, but better safe than sorry. And he continues to weave you guys through. There's some streets in this area that feel a little bit more cramped, and because you guys are with a wagon, he seems to like he's about to turn one way with his horse and then like kind of backs up and goes down a different path that leads you into a more open street. Before you eventually come across the Hollow Vein, which a few of you have been here before. It on the outside looks like a very posh sort of boutique place for inks and parchments and anything that you could find to put on like official sort of documents. And some things look like they are just sort of like keepsake like things. They're encased in glass, like a very old journal. The pages are open, it's empty, but the craftsmanship is really well done on it. It's just, you can tell that it's old. he suggests that you guys park the wagon around back so that we might want to go in and make sure that this is all fine with her before we bring anything in.
Does anyone need to stay with the wagon?
I mean, would it be terrible if it got stolen?
Do we want this falling into anyone else's hands?
Yeah, do you remember that we're taking this from bad people? We don't want more bad people getting their hands on it.
I suppose. All right, well. Is anyone going to volunteer for that, or would you like me to?
I'd be more than willing, but I
can.
might be more helpful talking to Basha.
I can stay here. I can keep it safe.
I can stay here with Nyra. As long as someone can promise me a bath or something later. Black is not my color. I'm ready to be undisguised.
Quite the contrary.
All right, then. Well, he looks at Raelynn and Vael. Shall we? And he heads around to the front, and you guys enter in through the door. The little bell above the door chimes, and yeah, Raelynn, this is the first time you're seeing. Now the feathered thing makes sense to you as you enter in through the shop, and you see hopped up on a little stool behind a counter is what just looks like an oversized crow, essentially, sitting behind the counter. A crow with like hands, almost like like
Got little crowy fingers.
yeah, he's got crow fingers.
Brandon Lee
tilts his head at you all.
Do you happen to know the correct signs, or should I use some magic here?
What do you mean the correct signs?
I had to speak to it in sign language last time, but I can only do so under the influence of magic.
Oh. Hello?
There's like the head tilts completely like to the other side. And signing back at you, the he says, "Here to see the master?"
And Raelynn will just sign back like, yes, is she free?
Do you have passage?
They want to know if we have passage.
Oh, Kael pulls out the little...
Same. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Our tokens, that's what he's looking for.
Yes.
Holds up his hand towards you.
Hands over the token.
Goes like that. The token is gone. Does the same to both Kael and Vael. This time, instead of just letting you pass through, the Kenku just hops down, looks up at Raelynn, and signs. You know how to speak to me.
I do. It's rare to meet someone like you.
When Vael does that spell, he's able to also sign back to people? Is that how that works?
No, he was able to understand the sign language and then was able to speak back to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raelynn hasn't talked. She's just signing, so.
The Kenku signs back to Raelynn. Never met anyone like that. Not aside from Master. And then goes like this in the air. and then manifests another coin, little token, gives it back to you. Come back anytime. And hops back up onto the stool behind the counter.
She'll just reply back, "Will do. Pleasure to meet you."
Name's Stitch.
Evelyn. She'll like finger spell it out.
Yeah, you guys head down the spiral staircase that just feels like it goes really deep underground. As you guys are walking, Kael's like, I always hate coming down here. I can feel like I'm being watched.
Oh, you are. There's invisible scrying sensors all over this place.
Oh, makes sense. He seems a little bit more. He just like goes quiet. Like he doesn't want to say anything else.
If it makes you feel any better, the sensors aren't everywhere. She does know how to keep things private.
That also makes sense. Okay. Nods. Heading on down as soon as he gets to the bottom, knocks on the door, he slides up and without even needing to be told, Kael extends his hand in for a moment and then pulls back. And the door opens for all of you, and you see that not Keltrine. Keltrine's a fake name. Basha is sitting. She's sitting at a booth by herself. There doesn't seem to be anyone else here at the moment. And when she looks up at you and then like goes back to what she's doing, and then she does a double take and she slides out of the booth and is just like, oh, well, this is... I see you guys have met.
Yes, we have. And not only that, we have important matters to discuss with you.
Okay. In private, I suppose.
That would be
I would
best.
be prepared.
All right. Well, it's good to see you again. She gives Raelynn a very warm smile, and then Kael is like, "Oh, just her." You can see her smirk a little bit as she pivots and walks down the hallway that she's led you guys down before. That kind of leads to this more private space to sit around. There's like a tea table on the floor that you can like sit down on. A lot of pillows in this room. She lets you guys all go through, closes the door behind you. Well, does this have anything to do with all of the activity that has been running wild throughout the city?
I'm sure I wouldn't have any idea about any of that.
Of course you wouldn't.
But we have, fortunately or unfortunately, come into the acquisition of certain illicit materials we would rather not fall into the wrong hands. Raelynn, you know the most of what we have. Maybe you could explain it to her.
Illicit?
Yes, so we found some volatile, and she'll go through everything, the Tempest Iron, the crystals. She's gonna say, make sure that if you are handling this, handle it with care. Make sure you don't touch the crystals with any type of bare hand. Like, she's giving her everything to be extra careful.
And you guys just happened across all of this? And Kael was like, well, I had a part in that. That wasn't them. They were just doing as I requested, as there's been a lot of dealings happening that have been getting in the way of my own business, and well, You know how that is, owning your own above board business. And Asha's like, yes, Kael, I do know that. So you're willing to take any of the fall for me, then if something comes across, I can just say, well, Kael did it. And Kael's like, we are giving you all of the information. I'm not pushing this upon you. I'm simply telling you that it's probably in your best interest if you are the one that has this in your possession rather than it getting into the wrong hands, uncareful hands. As she has said, it can be very dangerous. Or Basha, she kind of paces around the room, doing a wide berth. She's playing with her hair, and she goes, all right, well, I guess out of everybody, I'm also more equipped to dispose of these things if necessary. You're going to owe me a favor, Kael. And I'm not going to tell you what it is until I need the favor. So, take it or leave it.
Meanwhile, they're having this conversation, even while she's pacing around and everything, Vael has taken advantage of all these pillows and is just lounging there like a Greek god. Just and he's like drinking from his flask, and he's like, that sounds like a fair arrangement to me.
Kael turns to
all
look.
Means Kael, Vael, make yourself comfortable.
Kael turns to look down at Vael and is like, you know, I think I'll take you up on that offer. And I think that if things line up a certain way, that Vael will be helping. Or wait, what was your name that you were using?
Oh, gosh.
He says that. He says, I'll say Vael because I'm talking to you.
Avelius?
Avelist.
Avelist.
Yes. I think Avelist here will be very equipped to help me in that.
I'd be willing to hear it out at least.
Alright, well, I don't really have a choice and I don't want these on my hands anymore, so I'll have to live with that. As long as it's within reason, he starts thinking about all of the possibilities of what this could be. And she goes,
well,
of course.
I don't know about the rest of you, but my heart is set at ease knowing the materials are now in more respectful hands.
There's still a lot of things about this that concern me. But
yes,
perhaps that's something we talk about after we unload that cart outside.
I do have one question that is rather pressing on my mind. How in the hells did anyone from Savorin get their hands on Tempest Iron?
Is that what that was?
It wasn't pure. Very few have seen it pure.
They got a small amount of it, at least then.
Yes. Without any of us noticing, in a land that is incredibly intraversable and treacherous, under the watchful eye of many noble families.
I've done a lot of things that many noble families haven't noticed. That's the unfortunate downside of having a country that is lacking in the area of arcane advancement.
Even still, an entire mining operation?
I do admit that that's... Even if they were stealthy about it, I've heard that it can be very difficult to even get out of there alive.
Right. So, I guess the answer is no one knows.
Certainly not me.
Basha?
As... I'm sorry, Tempest Iron?
Right.
Can I insight check her to see if she genuinely sounds like she doesn't know what that is, or if she just...
I appreciate that, because I didn't even think of it.
You don't appreciate it. I have a -1.
But Vale didn't think of it. He's busy lounging and drinking whiskey from his flask.
She does look genuinely confused as to the word Tempest Iron.
Okay.
It's an incredibly rare metal mined in the north in a very dangerous region.
Oh. Well, that does sound familiar. Not the name, but the concept.
Does it go by another name here?
I'm not exactly one for metal working, but I can find out. I only heard stories of that. One of the many rumors about why we're actually at this war. But there's been about 20 different rumors, so I don't exactly know which one of them to hold any weight to.
Yeah. From evidence we found, there may be a number of reasons, but many of them seem to be the resources of the north.
Yes, well, from what I've heard, we feel like you guys aren't using them, so why not take them?
Is that an opinion you share?
No, but it isn't a cause of war.
And what do they think they could do better with it?
That I'm unsure of, especially with this. What is so special about this iron?
It has a number of indiscernible properties. Unfortunately, it's innately magical, from my understanding, but I also am no metal worker.
It's been known to help me out a time or two.
In what way?
You can make things out of it. Armor being one.
I love that this moment's happening while Raelynn is not wearing her armor.
I know, I'm so upset by this. I literally am like, I just want to open my jacket and be like, here it is, but I'm not.
It's probably better that you
It's on
don't
my
reveal
horse.
yourself.
It's outside. I can show her there.
Well, so perhaps a dangerous sort of material to have when you are magically advanced and at war with someone that you already have an upper hand against.
Most definitely.
All right.
I'd be careful with the term magically advanced, though.
I meant no offense.
I'm not offended. I think what's happening to magic down here is a perversion. I think advancement at the cost of the source of magic is an affront to everything we live for.
Well, as you already know, I'm not exactly invested in our side of things.
I know.
In fact, I hope that everyone gets so caught up in their own fight that they don't notice my hand becoming firmer on Mournhold.
And that's the end game for you?
If Mournhold proves difficult to keep my firm hand on, then yes.
And if not?
Then there's more of Volkos. Of course, I am very willing to allow this to play out for the next 20 years. I'm a patient woman. And when that day comes, I don't want anyone to feel pressured or question me. I want them to want it.
To rely on you.
Exactly.
I understand. And I appreciate the way you play your game.
All right.
Perhaps one day, 20 years from now, we'll be allies.
I should hope sooner than that.
I would hope so.
I got a war to deal with. I don't have 20 years.
I mean, the implication. Never mind.
Back outside in the alleyway, Nyra, Leif, and Alina. You're mostly left alone back here. It's an alley. Everyone's kind of traveling on the front roads. You do see the occasional person who seems like maybe like down in a different building. They're letting themselves into the back because they maybe work there or something like that. And you don't see really anyone coming and going to the Hollow Vein.
If we're left alone, there's... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
There is something I would like to do very quick.
Okay.
I'll turn to my friends. Give me 1 minute. I've just got to take care of something. I'm just going to walk a few feet away out of earshot of them. And I'll kind of cover my mouth because it does take a verbal and somatic. I would like to cast Sending.
All right.
All right, this is 25 words as long as Aethurburn is 1 word. I've counted.
It is.
Okay, good. The message I'm sending is more ley tampering in Savorin. Magic given back to Earth each night. Goliath's aiding army. Shipments moving south to Zardan. Do you know of Aethurburn? I'm sending that to Mother Ona.
It takes maybe like 15 seconds or so before you can kind of hear the smile on Mother Ona's lips. You've figured it out. Proud of you. And she says, thank you. Will relay to the head house what I can. No, I haven't heard of Aethurburn. And then I think what of your other task is what she says.
Oh gosh, Vixx, it's been so long. I need to be reminded of what the other tasks were.
She said, she gave you someone to be looking out for in your travels to Savorin. I don't know if I said it on stream.
I'll go look at that note, and well, I'll reply to her later, so we don't have to. Because I'm gonna need time to count words and stuff, figure it out. So,
Okay.
I will then return to the group.
Everything all right?
As you guys are sitting there, you guys notice a gnomish woman she looks very old, but very like soft, delicate features. She has white curly hair, tucked into a short ponytail at the back, and she's wearing very fine blue robes and a high collared white shirt, and she has a blue pendant on her neck and just lots of rings on her finger. She is carrying just like a high stack of books as she makes her way down the alleyway, and she's it seems like the direction that she's coming from and where you guys currently are, it seems like she probably just came from the arcane ward, and you see that on her side she has a satchel, and it's just like clattering with the sound of like vials clinking around in it. And she's kind of humming to herself, and she has this stack of books that are kind of obstructing her view a little bit, and she's like walking along, and then suddenly her humming just like he looks over the books and it's like, can you guys maybe move the wagon out of the way? Would that be all right?
We like take up the whole alley.
You guys are in a pretty like a narrow alleyway, and you are at the corner. You could like just pull out onto the street. So I guess never mind. I will just go around. Sorry for disturbing you.
Do you need any help?
Oh, she almost drops the top book on the stack and is like, I think I'm fine. That's very sweet of you. Well, actually, are you here for this? Are you at the Hall of Vane right now? Is that why you're out here?
Yes, we're waiting to make a delivery.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm doing, actually. Well, I'm making a delivery.
You need to get in there, then?
Well, I was gonna go through the back, but I can go through the front if that's better.
I can help you bring them in through the front so you don't trip.
All right. She's going to like offload half the stack to you, and now she can kind of see over this book stack, and she's like, "Ah, that's so much better. A cart would have been smart, just like you guys, probably."
You are very strong for carrying all these.
I appreciate that. That's very kind words, but almost like once they stack them into my arms, I don't really have to do a whole lot. And she kind of, she has her like hands locked in place underneath these.
And she's got like guns.
Yeah, she's
This
ripped.
way.
And as you guys kind of walk around the side of the building, she's looking up at you. You know, honey, I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but you look very unique and kind of peculiar. Has anyone ever told you that?
I hear it more and more these days.
You could be like somebody who looks good for a living.
What sort of living would that be?
Oh, I don't know, like she looks across the road where there's like this fashion boutique on the second floor of the building. You could probably just stand there all day dressed in those sorts of clothing, and I bet people would pay you good money for it.
That sounds slightly boring.
Oh, that would be boring. What do you do for a living, though? That makes it sound that way. Something exciting?
I travel with a group of performers.
Oh, she kicks open the door, kind of backs into the shop. There is it looks like an antique sort of display at the front, and despite the fact that it looks like maybe you shouldn't touch some of these things, she just offloads these books on top of this, and you see the Kenku at the counter raise his hand but can't say anything about it, and she just sort of leans against this old rickety wooden table, and you can hear it creak and crack. Traveling, that's... So you're not from Mournhold?
No, I'm from the south, near the Isles.
Oh.
And I look over at the king. Where should I put these? I'm gonna find out what's
Scurries over as quickly as possible, scoops them up from your arms, and takes them over to the counter where it spreads them in several different stacks. But Nyra, you notice that when she puts her stack down, you see a book that says guest log on it at the very top of the stack. And as you guys are having this like conversation and things are kind of being taken care of by Stitch at the front of the shop, she reaches in to her bag, clatters around. You said your passive perception was 21 now.
Yes.
Reaches in, there's a little pouch that she pulls out a pipe and a little satchel of like smoking tobacco. But when she does that, you notice that there is there's 2 vials inside of her bag, and also something that looks like almost like a needle of some sort. And one of the vials is completely empty. One of the vials is this strange red and blue tincture that seems to not... It's like there's 2 liquids inside of it that are refusing to interact with each other. And she takes out the pipe and she starts lighting it up and just smoking inside of this place.
Yes, my companion's aegis performed at the Velvet Crown last night.
Oh, that's a good place. I love it there. The atmosphere is always just perfect when I enter in the door. Granted, I don't get out too much. I'm getting old. not really one for spending all night at a tavern anymore, but in my day, that was exactly the place that I would like to be.
Where do you find entertainment now?
Mostly just the parties in the arcane ward, and even that is not really entertainment more than it is work. So
Work? I'm nodding my head at you, Dreamy. I've got it. Well, you should have fun at parties. My friend sings, and I tell cards. I read cards, your futures.
well, I do get to watch some things like that, performances, sometimes the odd fight. I get to place bets sometimes, but
There are fights?
yes. I suppose not everybody gets invited to this. Yes, they do have fights at. It's not always the case. They kind of go by if the crowd that night would be into that sort of thing. It's kind of tailored to them.
Where are these sort of parties?
Well, they happen whoever hosts them. My lady is often one of the hosts, but there's at least 4 other people who regularly like to host parties in the ward, and usually happens about once a month. But we have a really big one coming up. We actually had to delay it a bit because of the amount of people coming, and so.
When is? May I ask when? Is it for a?
Oh, are you trying to get your performer friend and a foot in the door?
She is exceptional. If you make the time to come to the Velvet Crown, you could see her. She's wonderful. She performs like no one you've ever seen here.
Well, I'm not really in charge of all that, but I could put it in word. The Velvet Crown,
Yes.
right?
Yes, we are staying there for a bit, I believe. Soon? We have a festival coming up that we are supposed to go to in a couple weeks.
The party is on the 20th.
Oh, 2 days. Well, if your mistress needs any more entertainment, we are more than capable of assisting.
What was her name?
Lily.
And the performer?
Lynn. Nina.
Nina.
That's what it, right? Alina? You just went by Lina?
Okay. Well, I could definitely put in a good word. No promises, but
What was your name?
my name's Tivin. And she holds out her hand.
I will shake her hand.
Well, I do gotta finish what I'm doing, and she blows a puff of smoke in the direction of the window as if that's letting out any of the smoke from this building. Does nothing. It's kind of blows back. Well, good luck with your shipment.
You too. And hopefully you can make a stop by the Velvet Crown to see her perform for yourself.
All right. She kind of she takes her books and she starts heading towards the counter, and at that moment, Kael, Raelynn, and Vael followed fairly closely behind by Vasha. Kind of cross through the room. At the counter, there's you can see that there's some sort of recognition between Tivin and Kael as he passes by her. Gives her a nod. There's a pause in his gait, but then he recovers fairly quickly, and he seems a little bit surprised to see you up here. But then it's just like, right, well, it seems we're ready for the shipment. Everything is good. We just need some extra hands to bring it down now. You guys head out in a group. The box with the alloy in it is it's pretty heavy, but it's somewhat lighter than you would expect, especially just with how many sheets are like kind of layered on top of each other and covering the surface. It does require 2 on the stronger side to bring it down. Then the shards are fairly easy. The vials are mostly delicate and clattering, and so it kind of takes 2 of you as well just to do it in a way that's not jostling it too much. But you guys are led back inside through. Vasha makes sure to close the curtain while
We all
Vivian
get
is
to go
still
inside
there.
now?
Yes. You guys, Vasha makes sure that the curtain is closed before you guys start heading down to unload all of this stuff. And eventually she just kind of like invites you guys into the back room, and she says to the other Kenku at the door, who speaks in a very high-pitched voice back at her, not to let anybody in today, and leads you to the back room, gives you guys all refreshments, and lets you know that if you have more to talk to her about or to each other about, she's willing to let you have your space to do so. And Kael also is just like, I realize that we're on the same team, but also that you guys have your own goals and I have my own goals, and perhaps you don't want me to hear some of those goals, and I'll just have to trust that those are everyone's benefit. So if you guys need your space, I can be getting rid of the wagon while you do so. However, if there's anything you need further of me, I would like to thank you all for what you've done today. I did not realize it was going to be so dangerous and so difficult. I thought you would intercept the cart, have a peek inside, and walk away. And from the comments that I've heard, that it means that one of you may have gotten blown up in the process, and I apologize for being party to that. And I would like to make it up to you if you would like to come by the trade ward tomorrow while I'm actually at my tent and not skulking around the city. I might have some things to offer you that would be of use.
Above the table, what do we do with the robot?
It's with me.
Okay.
Brittany's gonna keep it forever.
I was gonna ask Tannish if she could just take her over, because she seems like she knows mechanical things. Like, is it okay?
Yeah, she could definitely be checking that over. If you wanted to leave it with her while you guys were like downstairs. Yeah, I think she just kind of emerges and holds it up to you and looks underneath it. She goes, I think it's a he. It likes being called that. It says S1D. I like to think that maybe it's maybe we could call it Sid. But I think whoever you guys encountered may have already made it safe to be interacted with. It doesn't behave like any of the other forge bound in town.
Yeah, it just got hurt a bit this morning, and I was a little worried that we may have damaged it.
I don't have anything to compare it to. It doesn't seem very bright. If it was not very bright before, then I think it's okay. Hands it off to Nyra.
How big is it?
It about that, yeah. Like,
It's cute.
I'll make sure to give you guys some stats because now you just have a little forge bound
Okay.
companion.
A little guy. Before Kaelin leaves, I would ask. We keep hearing about other things happening. What happened elsewhere this morning?
There was a commotion in the military ward. And in the arcane ward, the Arcan Hollow seems to be causing a bit of commotion. The people just seem to be demanding to know what's going on and what's happening with the war efforts right now. There was a little bit of rumor about some private patients in the medical facilities, and
Oh, yeah.
the people
We saw that. We vouched for that.
Yeah, well, the people aren't very happy that they're not getting answers about it now. And since they've already banned protests in the trade ward, there are now many of them happening in the arcane ward. But also, it seems that there is something happening within the military ward, and I'm not quite certain about what happened, but there was reported sounds of explosion, and then nobody heard from the military ward for a good hour before troops began emerging from there again, like nothing happened.
Vixx, can you remind me, what's the Arcan Hollow?
It is the... Or did I might have said it wrong. Let's see.
Oh.
No, I did. The Arcan Hollow reposes like the hospital area that they saw a Goliath being carted into.
Thank you.
Things are causing a stir. Things are coming to light right now, and it's both good and bad, because it also puts more heat and light on anything that I am doing in the city as well. So, speaking of, I guess before I go and before I leave you guys to your own devices, I do have all of my materials on me if you guys would like all of your documents to be updated now rather than over the weekend. I would suggest that you keep both on hand, though, because they won't be expecting the new ones until 4 days from now, and they might start asking questions as to why yours are already up to date. So he kind of sets himself up there, and you guys are able to Vale's able to lounge across the the myriad of pillows as you guys just kind of regroup, and we will pick up next session with whatever you guys want to do with everything you've learned and the people that you've met today.